What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We're back in the world of Beyond Reality, and I do apologize that it's been a while. I had some teeth issues. Some of you guys have been following me on Twitter, or watch my live stream, or not living under a rock. You know that I've been having some teeth problems. Had to get one of my wisdom teeth yanked, and that was not not yanked. I had to have it cut out, which is definitely different than getting it yanked. You actually have to slice into the mouth to remove parts, which apparently is drastically more painful than the alternative. But I mean, you know, in all intents and purposes, it really wasn't that bad. The surgery was painless. I mean, they did a really good job. If you are in the Dallas area and need to get your teeth yanked, I highly recommend the doctor that I went to. He is absolutely amazing, and I usually don't, especially when it comes to dentists, because I personally think dentists are medieval torturers. I mean, seriously, like, we're in the age of what, 2015, and we've got lasers, we've got all of this badass technology, yet somehow in 2015 it is okay for a dentist's tools to still look like something out of like a actually more like an 1700s Civil War show. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like where they're in like the hospital and they've got saws and sharp pointy things and nobody's got any anesthesia and everybody's screaming. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. It's fucking ridiculous. So any type of dentist, or not dentist, well, I guess he's a dentist. He's an oral surgeon. So any type of guy like that gets some good feedback from me is amazing. So I'm definitely very happy with him. So some of you guys may have watched the live stream. I think it was last week, right before I went and got my my tooth removed. We were playing around, and I think I uploaded it. Actually, yeah, I uploaded it in the whole stream. I uploaded the whole stream, so you guys saw it if you watched it. But we were down one floor. Actually, no, it was this floor. Yeah, we were right over there, and we were trying to set up some hydro changes, but we couldn't really get them set up in a way that was optimal. And so I've played around with it. I've done some math, and we've got it figured out now. The problem is I need a big enough area. So what I need is each area needs to be 11 by 7. So this right here is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this room is plenty long. In fact, I'm probably going to make this one a 14 since we have so much room. So we'll start here, which is plenty far out. We'll start. I guess we'll start it right here. So this is I'm gonna go ahead and put some torches here to delineate that this is where I'm setting it up. So this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is gonna be 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we'll do, yeah, this is 14. So let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoops. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oopsies. I went one too far. No big deal. So this right here will be our deepest point. I'm going to go ahead and dig this straight up a little bit. So what I'm going to be doing with this is, the general idea is we're basically going to have these little guys set up. Assume this is the wall. No, actually, well, this is technically the wall, so we'll set it up right here. Actually, that's bad. We'll set it up right here. There we go. So we'll put you right there. So we'll have that one there, and we'll have this one there. Now you'll notice there's a 2 space between them. That's so this whole area here has its full sources. This whole area here has its full sources. And then we'd be putting the mana spreader right here. And then we'd do 2 more. Now, obviously, I've done this, what do you call it? This way, when in reality, we're going to be doing it this way. And we're going to do 2 stacks. But I'm also going to take this down at least 6 layers. Probably, I may take it down as many as 12. I did find out that a mana spreader can pull up to 6 blocks away. So right here, if you notice I put that right there, we do this, you can see it's connected. You can see this one is connected. You can see it's lit up. But if I put one here, well, that one is connected, but it's too far away. And if I put this one right here, that one is not connected. The reason this one won't work is because obviously we need to have a room there. So I played around with it. I've come up with the most efficient way, so to speak, of setting this up. This is going to take me a little while to dig out because obviously we're going to be digging into the crust of the earth, and I am using a wand, which unfortunately is not one of the top tier wands. But we're going to go ahead and get this all set up. I'm going to get it all dug out, and then I'll show you guys how much mana it produces. Once this gets produced, we're going to make some Terra Steel, and we're going to go specifically for the Earth Shatterer. Now, I know there's some more efficient ways to do this, and I know there are some ways that will produce... Not necessarily, well, yeah, they will. They will produce more mana. The problem is the lava, the thermo lilies. I need to be able to produce lava, and I need to be able to transport lava, and we don't have that technology yet. We're really only doing this because we need something that can chew through the earth pretty quickly, and Terra Steel Earth Shatterer is probably the best way to do that. Otherwise, we're going to literally be mining forever, and I'd really like to speed things up a little bit. This is supposed to be the space race, not hang out and play with magic forever race. So give me a little bit to get this set up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're done. One other thing I wanted to point out before we got too much further is, like I said, I'm going to be doubling this up. So we're probably going to be doing 22 by 14, which is going to be absolutely massive. But my concern was, if the plants have a maximum range of 6, what is the maximum range of a mana shredder or mana spreader? Reasoning behind that is I need to know how many mana spreaders I'm going to need to have along the roof here, because I'm going to have all of the mana spreaders on basically this height right here. So I have to, well, actually may put them up on this height here. I'm not sure. It depends on how, yeah, I think we're probably going to put them up right there, because there's no real reason to go any further than that. Honestly, it's just going to be ridiculous. That being said, I need to know how many of these we can use. So if you look right here, you can come all the way down here and you can see this is the point that anything beyond this point, it will still do, but you can look at the color or the shape of the mana. It drastically drops off past this point. So it's nice and fine, and then it just shrinks. So this is the maximum point where you're not going to lose anything right here. So that also happens to be 12. So the nice thing about it is I'll be able to have 2 probably on each side. So 1 there, I'll probably have 1 over here somewhere, and they can shoot 12, which means I can take this 12 down if I want. Now that's 12 down from the ceiling right there, because that's going to be where our ceiling's going to be. So I want to go 12 down from that location right, is that right over the top there? Yeah, 12 down from that location right there. And then they will shoot up into these, and then those will shoot over to here, and then we will have that shoot down here, and then we'll have that shoot into to this little setup right here. Now, this is going to take a little bit because this is a absolutely massive tank system that I'm setting up. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, this is this is quite possibly going to be the largest structure I've ever built. So because of that, it's taken me a little while to charge my wand. I've exhausted 3 nodes. Well, not exhausted. They do regen. This one had 30. It's now down to basically nothing. So I've also got 2 upstairs that I've been farming off of. Anyways, I'm going to dig this down 12 from the ceiling, which leaves us 3 on top, which is going to give us roughly an effective, probably 9 effective, maybe 10 if I decide to go all the way to the top, but we're probably going to do 9 effective. That way I can get around in here and I don't feel like I'm being suffocated. So anyways, I did want to show you guys that before we continued on. All right, so I've got pretty much all of it set up. This is technically not all of it because we need to dig out this wall just a bit, but this is the top majority, I guess I should say. We could extend this out a little bit further if we so chose, but if we do that, it's going to get absolutely ridiculous. So let me jump down here and show you guys where we're at with what we've got so far. Now, I had originally intended to expand it further in that direction, so we could go basically, well, I mean, it's pretty much limitlessly expandable from this spot. Let me get over here so I can get on top of the one so we don't slide around. We have basically 10 plants per side right here, so that's 10, that's 10, that's 10, and that's 10, so a total of 40 with this setup. Now you can go, that's 40 per floor. It can go 12 floors high. So you'd need 2 mana spreaders, one on the bottom and then one at the top, and then one at the second top, if that makes sense, I believe, to get them all set up. We probably can get most of them, though. Yeah, we're pretty much going to need 2 mana spreaders, one at the bottom, one at the top, and that will cover all of the plants all the way up. So this one right down here on the bottom will get the bottom ones, the one on the top will get the top ones, and then it spits into that little guy right there. When this is all said and done, there's 40 per floors. If we only do 10 floors, that's 400 plants. So at 400 plants, that's a pretty ridiculous amount of mana production, and it doesn't take up all that much space. And just to show you guys one more time, you want the mana spreaders in the middle, and you want these completely by themselves with nothing. You know, they have their own little 3 spread. And then you've got a 3 spread, and then a 3 spread. It's critical that these two do not share this tile right here. If you put this plant right here, for instance, then eventually, and it doesn't happen often, it seems to only happen like once every blue moon, but eventually they will eat from similar water pools, and once they do, it will instantaneously like drain the entire floor. If you guys were watching the live stream, you saw us doing that. So with this setup, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So I could extend it that way. I can extend it this way. Obviously, we can go up and we can go down. It's pretty much scalable, pretty much however big you want it. So this is the setup that we're going to be using to make production or mana production from here on. Unfortunately, I'm still on meds, so I'm fixing to have to take... My tooth has decided that I'm done working for the day, so I'm fixing to have to pop a hydrocodone, and at that point, I will no longer be capable of doing any form of intelligent speaking. So that's why this video is a little bit short today, but this did take about two hours or so to dig out. So we will be expanding this all the way up to the top there, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to go... Well, I guess it'll just depend on whether or not that's enough. I mean, 400 Hydro Changes is probably going to be enough to produce all the mana that we need. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll have to kind of see. So one thing I do recommend is you get the bottom floor complete before you go up. It just makes it a little bit easier with the water sources and whatnot. And then I'll basically just stack my plants on top of these all the way up. I'm not sure if... I'm pretty sure I can stack them on top of each other like this. Like that right there, without having to leave another water source block. I'm pretty sure they only yank from the same height. So you won't necessarily have to worry about it from here. And that just gives you a little bit extra, what do you call it, security. Now, if you wanted to, and you wanted to be absolutely 100% safe, then you'd put one gap in between, and then these 2 source blocks up and down would also replace each other. But I don't think it's necessary. We will set up a secondary floor, and before I go too far with a 3rd, 4th, 5th, to 6th floors, etc., we'll run it on a secondary floor for a while. And you want to just basically let it run for like an hour or so to make sure there's no issues, because if you have any ticking errors or anything along those lines where the server burps or hiccups or anything along those lines, it's possible if these water source blocks don't regenerate that you could have a dehydration issue, but it's very, very rare. Very, very rare. And eventually I'm hoping that Cyrus can find a way to make this little cave pretty. Right now, obviously, it's very raw as we've just set it up. We'll be making it a little bit prettier in the next couple videos, I think. Probably making it with glass, or surrounding it with glass, so that you can see a little bit nicer. But you guys can see... Let's see how much we're pulling in. It is producing a fairly decent amount of mana. Anytime you turn one of these on... Yeah, this is the one right here. You can see this one with just 4 is holding up okay, but I am curious because this is just 1 row. So with 1 row, we're pretty much keeping it at almost 1 notch here. So I'm worried that if we make too much, then we're going to need, we're going to max out the bandwidth on the mana spreader. Now, there may be some upgrades. I know there's some lenses and such that can help out, so it's possible that I can get like an efficiency upgrade or something like that for the mana spreader, and that will allow this to dump its mana faster, in which case the sky's the limit. But I haven't gotten into lenses yet. I'm pretty sure there's something that will speed this thing up. We'll have to play around with it and see, but I do apologize, like I said, that it's ugly and that we haven't sorted it out, but I will finish this up off camera, get this thing rolling, and then hopefully in the next video we can start moving into Terra Steel, get a Terra Steel, what are they called, Earth Shatterer, and then we can kind of play around from there. But we definitely, I mean, 400 Hydro Changes is a lot. it's a lot. So that's going to take a little mana just to produce on its own. Not only that, but we're going to have to grow. You guys can see we've got our little jaded Aramanthus going here. We're going to need a lot of plants. It's honestly, it's these cyan petals. For whatever reason, cyan plants just don't spawn very heavily. So that's kind of the choke point that we're dealing with. But anyways, guys, hopefully you are as excited about this mana production as I am. I'm looking forward to seeing how badass it's going to be when it's fully rocking and rolling, capped out at this thing being about 10 high, which will be right here on this level. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If you liked the video, make sure you slap that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.